So since the 5th and 6th century, this place has been on the go. A bit like St Columba, I suppose, in Inverness. If you go to Inverness, to the old high at the bottom of Church Street, there's been a praying community up until just recently on that mound, St Michael's Mound, since St Columba was there. It's a long time. So you remember you go and stand on that bit of ground. It's a bit of a graveyard now, graveyard from the Jacobite Rebellion. Church has been rebuilt and added to in different areas several times since then. And some people talk about the house over by Tom Nahurich Bridge there has been known as a bit of standing architecture in Inverness. But I think St Michael's Mound would have a good argument with that, I think. And that there's been people praying there. When people pray, they certainly build a monument. And the thing about monuments are usually about dead things, aren't they? I mean, you don't want to build a monument to something that's dead. You want to build something that sparks life. And I said before that Jesus said, "You build your life on my words, then your house will stand." Yeah. So what's if you don't build your life on my words? And it says, Jesus said, "Well, you're a foolish person, and you're building on sand." So what is sand? Sand is lack of forgiveness. Sand is holding grudges. Sand is being judgmental and critical. Sand is not loving your neighbour as yourself. Sand is bearing grudges. Sand is making your religion something to be seen. I suppose you could say this is certainly a seen place. But Jesus says when you pray, maybe you prayed in secret, your Father, which is sees you in secret, will reward you openly. Giving secret, fasting secret. Normally, I don't need any comments about fasting. Obviously, I'm not fasting in secret. But anyway, here I'm in Wales, and although I'm laughing, I suppose faith, eternity, salvation is no laughing matter, and prayer, eternal things are no laughing matters. There can't be anything more serious than that. Somebody asked me to pray with them the other day, and I was praying with them, and a scripture came to my mind. It's appointed unto man once to die, and after death comes the judgment. And Pascal, the famous French philosopher and theologian who used to be a gambler, was asked one day about faith, and he applied his gambling to faith, and he said, "I suppose if I lived a life of faith, at the end of life, I've got everything, and through life I have a good life." He says, "But if I don't follow faith and make the gamble, the eternal gamble, then and it turns out to be true, then I've lost everything. And not only that, all that gambling has lost me a lot of stuff as well." And biggest gamble, lottery's not the biggest gamble. A couple of quid a week is not the biggest gamble. The biggest gamble is what you'll pay for your soul. For what will it profit a man? This guy Jesus said, if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul. So this is Billy McLaughlin down in Wales. A lot of famous religious people from Wales as well. Some really great preachers, the names just fail me right now. Roland Williams, yes, over by Lampeter there near Carmarthen. In his chapel, I'll see if I can swing by and make a little video there, but they say thousands of people went to hear him every Sunday. Wales had what's called the Welsh Revival, and in the Welsh Revival, a lot of miners, especially amongst the Methodists and the Free Methodists, came to faith, and when they went back to work the following week, the donkeys and the mules down the mines didn't do as they were told. They didn't do the work because they were so used to being shouted at and kicked and sworn at and abused that the animals didn't know how to respond to these new miners, because they weren't born from Wales anymore. It says in John's Gospel chapter 3 that this man and that woman will be born from above, So while I'm in Wales at this incredible monument to faith, being born from above might not make you so much Welsh as being a Christian and a follower of Christ. It's a lovely path. When we walk down a path, and then we pass the car park, and then you walk down it, and this down here in this little, I don't know what you'd call this little dip in the little valley, a little nook. You got this amazing abbey. So I'm just moving aside while these people just drive past. Okay. While I was coming through the town before driving, I was on the phone with somebody, and I mentioned about different saints to them, you know, like St. Patrick not being Irish, and St. Andrew not being Scottish, and they said no, but they were Christian. So it makes you beg the question, you know, what comes first then, your nationality or a follower of Christ? Well, I would think being a follower of Christ makes you a better Scots person. Being a follower of Christ makes you a better Irish person. Yeah, I know that provokes all sorts of questions there in your mind, doesn't it? And being a follower of Christ should make you a better Welsh person as well. If it doesn't, have a look at your faith, and now you're following the teachings of Jesus, you know. If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily and follow me. That's a great invitation, isn't it? Taking up a cross and denying yourself in a world where we chase after, you know, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, position, prestige, possessions. What want to say? And yeah, and sometimes in Christianity we get a bit the same. We chase after things rather than chasing after the love of God in our life. What is it? The psalmist David said in Psalm 27, "One thing have I desired of the Lord, and that will I seek after, that I will dwell in his tabernacle, behold his beauty, experience his presence." You can't get anything more richer than that. Jim Reeves said, "Rather have Jesus than silver or gold, or rather have him than riches untold, or rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today, and to be the king of a vast domain and be held in sin's dread sway. I'd rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today." This is Bill McLaughlin talking to you from 223 nationalities, Welsh with us. I'm going up to Lampeter, where they speak the Welsh Cymraeg. Yeah, talk to you from there.